going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by the other host, Natalie. She's also my wife.
Aw.
Yeah.
And I'm also still pregnant.
Indeed, you are. We also have Sweet Boy Justin and Mary with us. We have a fantastic episode lined up for you today. We have Ben Mandelker, and he is with us to talk all things Bravo. Obviously, another just kind of jaw-dropping episode of Summer House. There's always like, wow.
For people watching this is how I was sitting on my couch while this was happening. The entire time.
That was a little dramatic. We were in bed.
I was
just
dramatic.
like, wow, that's
I was
crazy.
like, that's insane.
That's crazy. Anyway, we have obviously that to get into. We are also incredibly excited to have Liz Mcgraw. She is one of the many stars of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, which is a show I'm really enjoying. And
Love it.
we have her to get into some of the ongoing burning questions. Obviously, we have the recent news about Rula and Brian and this kind of evidence that Joe Ellen has uncovered. And there's obviously a lot to talk about with Liz, and we have her later this episode. So super excited.
I have a question for Natalie before we jump into it all.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what has been getting you through your pregnancy at this moment? Are there any cravings? Because I saw you post the photo the other day of like laying in bed with your feet up, and I just think it's very fascinating to see like what people use.
I don't know what's been getting me through. I mean, I definitely feel like the not scheduling, but I just like make sure that I do lay down and put my feet up, because if I don't, I have started getting Braxton Hicks, which are like false contractions. But it's just because I like do so much, and obviously River is so active and she's so busy and she's go nonstop that like used to be when she'd nap, I would do laundry, I'd clean, I'd like try to like pick, do whatever I could. And now I'm like, nope, I'm going to lay down, I'm going to put my feet up.
Yeah.
And that's the best I can do.
You need some time to relax and just like reset.
She's also kind of just in survival mode at this point.
Yeah.
You just kind of one day at a time.
One day at a time.
You know?
And like packages are starting to arrive.
That's fun.
Bassinet,
It's like a little
seats.
scary.
Yeah.
We're really close.
It's getting
I don't know how
IRL.
Natalie's done it. Obviously, super thrilled, excited, blessed.
Yeah.
Excited, grateful, #blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Yeah.
I got enough stress in my life, I it's like I'm waiting for that heart attack.
Yeah,
But-
it's not like you're like running a company, already have a kid, or traveling all the time.
So it's just like I just been like, I'm just gonna set that aside. the two babies just gonna pin
we're gonna circle back
We're
to
gonna
that.
circle back to
Yeah.
that. And that's it's gonna be really inconvenient when so they did announce we now know that Love Island season 8 will be dropping on June 2nd. Super excited about that.
That's the universe telling you to name baby number 1 Love, and the second Island.
Island.
Love Island.
Love Island.
Definitely.
Yeah. Or whoever ends up winning Love Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that my mom has decided a few months ago, she was like, oh, I'm going to go. My aunt, her sister lives in Spain. And so every so often, every few years, she gets to go to Europe and visit her sister. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to go and visit your Aunt Dana this year. I'm like, oh, cute. When are you thinking? She's like, probably in like May-ish. I'm like, okay, cool. And then last week, I'm like, wait, when are you going to Europe? She's like, oh, I go May 13th through like middle of June. I'm like,
Huh.
that feels like you're cutting things kind of close to like the arrival of twins, don't you think?
Well,
Like-
When did she plan this?
And then she was like,
she'll be
oh.
refreshed.
Then she started panicking.
Oh.
Then she called my Aunt Dana. My Aunt Dana's like, if you're going to cancel your trip, you got to tell me. You got to tell me right now if you're
Cancel the
canceling.
trip. Why
Because
should she have to cancel it?
Because now my mom's like, oh my God, what if I go and then I can't get back and then you have the twins and then I'm stuck in
Maybe
Europe.
she doesn't have to go for a month.
I don't know. They've got plans. They're booked. They're busy. They're going to Greece.
Yeah.
They're popping all around. But
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, Mom, that was wild for you to think like, now's the time.
Yeah.
You know what? This sounds like Leia planning her pregnancy on my planned Europe trip this summer. Which is a storyline we don't need to get into. Anyways, happy for both of you guys.
Yeah.
And I understand your mom.
Are you going to Europe?
Not anymore because she's on maternity leave. So I understand your mother. I'm like, been there, done that.
But my mom was like, I just needed one last hurrah before I've got because my brother's also expecting a baby this summer.
Sometimes, you need, it's like, y'all get a baby moon, but like,
Grammy needs a
Grammy
baby.
needs a baby moon.
Yeah.
So she's
Like-
going still. She
She's
just
going
might have
still.
to fly early.
She's
from
going
Greece.
still, and she's like, you just better keep those babies inside. And I'm like, I will do my best.
Hold it in.
I will do my best.
Mhm.
I'm a little scared. Yeah.
I'm terrified. I am shaking in my boots, but we will survive.
You guys are gonna be fine.
Everyone says the first year is pure survival.
They always say
So-
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
What happens if you already feel like you are in
Surviving?
survival mode and your cortisone is already? What do you do
I
then?
don't know.
I think I'm going to be on 9 flights in like 7 days.
What's
I don't
wild
know how
is
to do it.
River, like, she understands so much. Obviously, it's so weird because she just is like, it feels like every day it's this new grown child.
Yeah.
No, like she just, it's just crazy to me. Like she jumped in the bed this morning and she's like, I'm River. And I'm like, yeah,
Yes,
you
you are.
are.
Yeah.
Like,
How old is she
period.
now?
She's 2 and she turned 2 February 2nd. So
Wow.
don't
I just
ask
say
me.
2 now when people ask.
Yeah, I think you can say 2.
Is she an Aquarius or a Pisces?
Aquarius.
Cute.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So is Justin.
Original due date was my birthday.
Wow.
was.
That's so cute.
But I told her like, Daddy's going out of town for a few days, and it's like, then she was like, no, I play with Dada, and I was like,
Aw.
I know, but he's got to go work, and she was like, no, I play, and I was like, well, go out there and play with him, and then she did. Didn't
She
she?
came out crying.
Aw.
It's like crazy.
She loves you.
She
She does
does.
love you guys.
Yeah.
It's so
If you do the
sweet.
math, you've raised a child for 2 years, which means you can do 1 year per twin. So you are
Yeah.
prepared.
Honestly,
That's a
that
really
is
good point.
so true.
Think about it.
That is so true.
Sometimes math
We're
saves.
fine. We're fine.
Yeah, you guys are really fine.
everyone. We're fine. I feel like I'm also prioritizing, like when I have a moment. One of my favorite phrases is touch grass.
Oh yeah.
I hate when people tell me to go touch grass, but I love to tell myself to touch grass.
I love
you
to
know?
I love to tell myself to touch grass and then jokingly tell others to touch grass, but I do understand how frustrating it is when someone says that
but
to
when you actually do go outside and put your feet into real grass, you're like, okay,
Put the damn phone down, you know?
put the phone down.
sometimes
As my wife would tell me.
yeah, you just gotta wait. What are your guys' like favorite ways to touch grass?
Well, lately I've been drawing.
You've been drawing?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed.
he's been chalk drawing.
You've
I
been
got a couple to
drawing?
post. I haven't posted.
He came home from the lake and told me his mom bought him a bunch of
Chalk.
chalk.
Aww.
How nice.
My mom wanted me to draw for her at the lake.
That's so sweet.
The only problem is the concrete at the lake, you know, like driveway concrete,
Uh-huh.
for anyone who cares.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
It's a little
isn't
rough.
it?
They literally take a broom and sweep it because they want to have that kind of texture.
Oh yeah.
But we have some smoother concrete in LA. Anyways, I absolutely love to get outside, and it really has been like when I got into it because Natalie bought River chalk, and then I was stealing her chalk, and then I realized it was just really relaxing
Mhm.
to draw mountains and happy little trees.
Be outside, hear the birds tweet. You know,
Yeah.
I had an happy accident.
Happy-
yesterday.
You did?
Yeah, the stream. I had my stream go one way,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not
We're
talking
talking
about
about-
peeing, guys.
He's talking about chalk
I
drawings.
know I'm talking about
to be
happy
clear.
accidents in streams, but I
Uh-huh.
really mean I drew a river, not my daughter.
Mhm.
Um,
So many double entendres.
yeah.
here.
And I wanted it. I changed it up, so I
Mhm.
had to fix it.
and
But
were
that's
you
the
happy with
beauty.
your finished product?
I'd get it a 7 out of 10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cute.
I mean, we have a daughter who is obsessed with being outside.
Yeah.
And so I think just like sitting in a comfy outdoor chair with
Mhm.
like a cup of coffee,
Ugh.
rivers running, dogs running, Nick's chasing, there's giggles. It's like that is just pure heaven to me.
Mhm. Mine is like I just grew up going to the beach so much, and so I don't do it as much here. Just because it's colder here than in
Yeah.
Florida, and it's a bit more to like go. But no, my favorite way is just like going to the beach and just like absolutely decompressing, and just because cell phone service is usually kind of bad out there too, and you just get to like hang out, and it just feels like so nice in my body just to like relax.
Everyone needs
You
a
know what I
reset.
mean?
Everyone needs a little reset. And
Get
you know
some
who gives you
air.
the best reset?
Who?
Nature's Sunshine.
I've heard about
Nature's
this.
Sunshine supplements give us the opportunity to reset from
Specifically
inside.
the chlorophyll stick packs, which I will
Ooh.
I just honestly just make a drink and then set it next to
Your little
my little
chalk.
square drawing. And
Yeah.
With sustainably sourced ingredients from all over the world, they're figuring out where each plant grows best because we all deserve the best. And because they're Nature Sunshine, they used solar-powered U.S. manufacturing.
That's pretty sick.
I'm
It's
literally
like,
drinking chlorophyll while drawing chlorophyll.
that's like inside
giving
and
back.
outside, giving
It's like,
back.
it's like
and
I'm like planting 2 trees when I cut one.
you are the tree.
And chlorophyll supports gut health, blocks pollutant absorption, deodorizes from the inside out, and boosts antioxidants. Super easy to use, delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Get a daily detox with chlorophyll stick packs. Nature's Sunshine is offering 20% off your first order plus free shipping. Go to naturesunshine.com and use code VIALL at checkout. That's code VIALL at naturesunshine.com.
Everybody go touch some grass.
I know you all want to get into last night's episode of Summer House, and Ben from Watch What Crappens is here to help us do that, and I'm sure we'll also dive in to some of your other favorite Bravo topics. And then we have Liz Mcgraw from Real Housewives of Rhode Island. But before we do, don't forget the Viall Files Plus is now ad-free. You can get all your Viall Files episodes ad-free on Viall Files Plus, plus your reality recap deep dives, your pop culture roundups, and your update specials, all available on Viall Files Plus. So just go to viallfiles.com to sign up, and you'll be glad that you did. All right, Ben from Watch What Crappens is up next. If you are a homeowner, whether you've owned your place forever or you're a first-time buyer, you already know this, stuff is going to break. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Many homeowners dealt with some kind of breakdown just in the last year, and without a home warranty, those fixes can cost thousands. That's why we're big fans of American Home Shield. An AHS home warranty helps protect your wallet from covered home systems and appliance breakdowns, no matter the system or appliance. That HVAC system that came with your home and has trouble heating the house, American Home Shield can help. They can help fix parts of major home systems like HVACs, plumbing, and electrical, plus kitchen and laundry appliances. And if a covered item can't be repaired, they'll replace it. Owning a home is stressful enough. American Home Shield helps make it a little easier. Listeners can get 20% off select plans today. Just visit ahs.com/viallfiles to sign up. See ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including service fees, limitations, and exclusions.
I posted a selfie the other day and I got so many responses about how glowing I look. They're like, is that the pregnancy glow, or have you done something different with your skincare, or like what is going on? And my secret is Clearstem. I was introduced to Clearstem when I was pregnant with River because I was so scared about using products and like what to use, what I couldn't use. And I was recommended Clearstem by a dear friend of mine, and I have not looked back since. I've used it, obviously not while pregnant, but it is my go-to while being pregnant. It's so safe. Clearstem is the first clinically tested skincare line made with 0 pore clogging ingredients. Their Clear Pore Promise, no more choosing between acne care that dries you out or anti-aging products that clog your pores. You can have the benefits of both without dealing with dry, irritated, or clogged skin. I always know when I see a Clearstem product, I can try it and not be worried about like, oh my gosh, is this going to break me out? Is my skin going to react bad to this? Like, I just trust every product that Clearstem makes because all of them are made with the 0 pore clogging ingredients. Clearstem is the first acne brand that connects internal and external skincare through supplements and topicals with no pore clogging ingredients ever. They target breakouts inside and out with a full routine, nutrition supplements, and clinically effective topicals. Clear is more than skin deep. Clearstem's TikTok viral bestseller, Mind, Body, Skin, targets hormonal acne at the root without the harsh side effects. They have a great makeup remover wash. They have a great exfoliating. They have great serums. They have great moisturizers, mask. I literally was just wearing their neck and face mask the other day, and I looked so hydrated when I took it off. So discover the Clearstem difference because clear skin changes everything. You know we've been partnering with Clearstem for a while now, and we're so excited to share a new special offer for our listeners. Go to clearstem.com/VIALL and use code VIALL at checkout and receive a free mini Hydrogel pumping moisturizer when you spend $75 or more. That's CLEARSTEM.com/VIALL and code VIALL at checkout for free gift with purchase when you order $75 or more.
Ben, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, thank you so
We
much
are
for coming.
so
Obviously,
excited.
you guys are a big hit with the Bravo community, and we appreciate you coming. We'll have to have your other half here.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, he's in Austin right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm representing both of us, hopefully well.
I'm sure you will do just fine. And we're really, obviously, there's no bad time to have you guys, but this is really a big Bravo day
Oh my God.
following the Summer House episode. And there's just, right now, there's just a lot of great Bravo content going on these days. We got Rhode
Yeah.
Island popping off, Atlanta, which we haven't really dove into this season, but we're
Mhm.
hearing nothing but amazing things. Justin and Mary are locked in.
Oh my God, Pinky's bankruptcy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that.
This past episode, it's funny. The first
I haven't watched the newest episode.
Oh, okay. Well, the first 3 quarters were like a snooze fest, and then all of a sudden, the last quarter, I was like, "Oh my God, this is the best show ever!" It was
I loved it.
It was
No,
amazing.
I loved it from the start. And Angela is so good.
I love
the
Angela.
second
Angela's
we get Angela
great.
triggered, it's like you just have to. You can't argue with her.
Yeah.
Like
She's
she's
so
just
great.
so good.
Honestly, all of them, like K.
Papa
Michelle's story,
yeah.
like everybody and like
Papa
what they're
Smurf.
sharing.
Yeah, the Mr. Clean Papa Smurf read was
Papa Smurf.
legendary.
We were-
You know what? I just thought of kind of a show idea.
What?
Maybe this is stupid. I did Special Forces a couple years ago. That show.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
And I did not join the military.
I applaud you because every time I see just a commercial for that show, I'm like exhausted.
It's crazy, but
Just
part
from
of
watching it.
part of that experience was like I never did, and I always wondered like, man, that would like I wonder if I had what it took to like
Yeah.
join the military and obviously give so much of yourself. And there is a part of me that like, while I've done reality TV and I've done The Bachelor, when I watch Bravo, I'm like, I wonder how I would move in this environment.
Mm.
And I
If I
kind of
could
almost
do
like,
it.
how could we come up with a show that would be like making? It's like it's like a meta experience of making a reality TV show, but you're not really like. I just want to do one episode where I'm like integrated into like that.
Oh, it's
I would
like-
have
Special
loved-
Forces, but Bravo.
Bravo.
Special Housewives,
Yeah.
and you're like, for like one day, it's like, can you do Housewives boot camp? And
Yeah.
you're like, I've got to be in glam for 6 hours today. That's like mission number 1. I got to do that once. It's so funny. I was talking with Zach out there. I got to do that twice with Big Brother, because Big Brother used to have these media days where they would bring in, various like bloggers and whatnot. This is like 2010, so it was blogging. And you'd spend a day in the Big Brother house and you do like all the competitions and everything. And like you do a week's worth of Big Brother in one day. So you got to feel like you were in Big Brother for a day. And then like you were
Wow.
popped out and back into real life. It was the best thing
That's
ever.
fun.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Huh, we should.
They
make
should do
it.
that for the Housewives.
They should do that for the Housewives.
Oh my God. You
Yeah.
just
Well,
go.
I'm signing up and I'm crying immediately,
Uh-huh.
but I'm signing up.
You get to
fully
go to one
immersive.
homeless, not toothless dinner.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
perfect. Donate to a
gosh.
charity. Go to Beverly
Mhm.
Beach.
Well, before we just dive into the meat of the episode, give me your like, where are you sitting with Summer House? Like, are you like part of the fan base? Is this like fuck these people, or are we having fun with it? Where are we worried about Carl?
Well, we're always worried about Carl.
Yeah.
We're always
Sweet Carl.
Carl has like his persona has now become like delicate husk who always has to be like managed at all times. But yeah, I'm having fun with it. Summer should be fun, as one person famously said.
Summer should be.
I
fun.
have loved Summer House since day 1. I've been like in the early days when people were like, who are all these vapid people on Bravo? It's like, it's Bravo. That's like where vapid people are. And I love this scandal. I'm having so much fun with it. I, of course, Team Sierra, of course.
Obviously, yes,
Could you
yes.
imagine if I was like, guys, Team Amanda right now?
Amanda didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah, you're like they just
Guys, think about
like
it
each
from her
other.
point. Well, I mean, the funny thing is that she was having such a good edit until this all happened, right? Because like her relationship with Kyle falling apart for like 8 years now since it began. And like, he had that one episode where Andy Cohen was like, guys, this is the worst episode ever for Kyle. And everyone was
Yeah.
like, boo, Kyle, boo, Kyle. And now like literally Kyle once again last night told Amanda, may I curse here?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you may.
Fuck.
He said, fuck you to Amanda again.
Again.
And like, 6 weeks ago, we're all like, Kyle. And this time everyone's like, yeah. I was
Yeah, everyone's like, what?
like,
I
you
think
know
she
what?
kind of deserved it.
Maybe
That is
he
crazy.
made up. You shouldn't have said it like that, but he might have made
Yeah.
a point.
Well, a couple things I was thinking about watching last night's episode. Think about just this season alone. This season started with us, or more of the internet, really. Like that bed scene with Jesse and Sierra, and everyone was
Yeah.
like, how dare Jesse pretend to ask to make out with her? And then we had Kyle like saying, fuck you. And we've like forgotten.
I know.
Like that was
All
like
of it.
5 years,
All-
seasons ago.
Yeah.
All the like delicate seeds that were planted for our villainy, it just all went out the window.
Out the window.
It was like, wait, we were supposed to be so much angry at different people at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's actually the fun of it. Like what makes this scandal special, as well as Scandival, is like it's one of those rare scandals that's unfolding while the season is unfolding. And so what we're seeing on screen is kind of telling a different narrative than what we have in real time. And that's like the most fun ever. Because the truth is, what's tricky as like a podcast or as like what we do is we recap these shows is like we sometimes have to say, okay, everyone, well, we are now going to criticize what we're seeing on TV, pretending we don't know about the scandal, because it is messed up that Kyle said fuck you to Amanda, regardless of everything happening, you know? So you always have to be like, okay, everyone, well, let's pretend like we don't know what's going on. But it is really like, it's so fun looking for all the breadcrumbs and like the Easter eggs of like this potential.
Well,
I mean,
budding.
before we had him saying fuck you at the table, we had Amanda at beach day
Oh my God.
And
Oh my
little
God.
talking
hat.
to Mia
Now that,
about Sierra and West. She would be the happiest person on the planet.
I wrote some of those lines down. Even if they got back together, happy literally would make me the happiest person in the whole entire world. The happiest. But he needs to be fucking ready. It's him. I'm skeptical. I'm very weary of him.
yeah.
She's like, you know what? Let me
In a little bucket hat and sunglasses.
Let me test drive him for you, just to make sure it's safe to you to get in.
Let's
You know?
make sure. Okay, I wouldn't want you to wind up with the wrong person. That was the craziest scene, actually.
She said I would die for that girl. The way I would cut West off in 1 fucking second if she looked at me. If she gave me one look, I'd be like, attack.
You can't help who you like.
Oh, that was.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, that's either just like the worst foreshadowing of all time in her life, or she's being totally psychotic in that moment.
I
Yeah.
gotta believe. Well, the only so that's what, because that last dinner scene was crazy. I'm sorry. Like I'm overall, I'm not one of those like big, like, I don't think this was happening last summer. I'm gonna take Amanda and West at face value. I know that's maybe dangerous to do, but like, it's not that crazy to think that there was clearly, obviously, a close friendship. And obviously, emotionally, there are probably moments they shared where it got a little like funny and fuzzy. But I'm going to believe them that no physical boundaries were crossed until when they claim whatever. But that dinner scene where Kyle says fuck you to Amanda and Wes gets up, moves his
Mr.
chair,
Passive.
sits behind Amanda.
Mr. I don't like
looks-
confrontation.
I don't like confrontation and says, talk to
me, don't talk to her.
No, well,
Talk to Lindsay.
Talk
to Lindsay. He says, talk to Lindsay. Don't talk to her.
He's still his wife. It's just like I'm all for standing up to men who are speaking poorly for women, and even if it's your, you know, and even if it's someone else's wife. But the way he said it was like, you shouldn't talk to your. It should sound like it should. Dude, why are you talking to your wife like that?
It should be like what all the other guys at the table were doing was just like, bro, like calm down.
Yeah.
Right. But like the fact that he like pulled up that chair.
Yeah.
That was, I'm like you.
That was
I
wild.
was like, I just don't believe that they are secretly sleeping together during this summer. Like, as much as what they're doing, I think has been like really shitty. I just can't believe that Amanda would go on camera and say these things if she's actively like having an affair with this guy. But there was something like last week. I forget what it was, but I was like, But that chair thing
was wild.
I was like, this might move the needle for me.
I think it honestly just goes to show why it was so easy for Amanda to fall into West's bed or to make the decision that she made. It's showing us just how much he was really her like rock and her safe place, and he had her back when no one else really did. I mean, the other guys, like, it kind of took a minute. Finally, when he starts like freaking out, Carl stands up and he tells him to get out. But like, KJ didn't say anything. Ben didn't really say anything. Nothing. Jesse was, I mean, I think the most silent. But like,
Jesse started it too, by the way.
He honestly did.
He was the one who's like, hey, Kyle, tell us about your DJ gig. But like, the thing is that it was so out of character for West.
Totally.
And like, they tried to set it up earlier in the summer when Kyle and Amanda had their first, like, that other fight where he said, fuck you. And West said this thing about like, I don't like to be confrontational, but like when it's something like this, like I do like draw like a line in the sand. And I was like, even at that time, I was like, what? Where did this come from West?
Yeah.
But he's even delivering it in like this meek kind of like, I don't know, just like feelings are hard. And I just like, I don't know.
It's like really hard. And like, and so then it was like that. The sitting behind her was like really weird. But I do think at the very least, this is like, it's their relationship has to be also, if they weren't banging at this point, like it had to been tied to the way he was defending her in this moment.
It definitely seemed like it was already at least a little bit emotional to me at this point, because there's that scene where it was before dinner and when they're getting ready and stuff, and Amanda like pokes her head to West and Jesse's room, and then they're like, they have
They have a
They have
a thing.
Flirty.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, that's chemistry, that's flirty.
Yeah.
What that doesn't mean they acted on it at all, but it was definitely there, and they were leaning into it.
But
and then she walks by Kyle later, nothing.
But
she
emotional
hates Kyle.
affairs
Yeah.
are, for some people, more damaging than physical.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you assume that there is at least something emotional going on, one, Amanda's married, so it just kind of fucked up, right? And you're in a house, and then in the beginning of the dinner scene, this, what are you grateful for? What you lost? Sierra is in love with this man. It is so
Yes.
obvious.
Yeah.
She's just like the way. She is just melting now that she can say
Right.
we're friends again, that she can let her
She was
guard
like
down.
the
That she has
person
so
I
happy.
genuinely
love the most. And
Yeah.
this is this is not like us being like some sort of like relationship spiritual like mediums that we can read a room where it is.
It's so
It's
obvious.
so obvious.
She's
You can
just-
tell when someone's in love with someone and when someone wants to fuck someone.
And she's talking
Yeah.
about what friendship, again, she's been so articulate about and so clear about I want to have a friend, I want
Right.
to fall in love with them, and I want to do it that way. That's the path I want to go. And this is like the path that her and West are on. And he just pretends that's not what is happening.
Yeah, well, and you already see him in the episode already pulling back a little bit. He's like, well, I mean, we're just like friends or whatever.
Mhm.
And I just,
Oh, when he goes KJ. Oh, when he goes, Wes. Jesse goes, well, Wes has a new best friend or
Right.
back to being friends. And then Wes is like, you mean KJ? Knowing that he was referencing Sierra. And it's like, you're
Yeah.
already pulling back, bro. It's
yeah,
like,
already. I think what's so interesting about this scandal, it's like, and what makes it different from Scandival is that with Scandival, it was just so big and so shocking. And these are people we've been with for years, and we thought we had figured out everything that was left to be figured out on that show. And then boom, it wasn't. And then we're just watching it all unfold. But I also feel when we saw Scandival, we knew really everything. It was all out in the open when they got together. And there was some debate oh, they were dipping out. Were they dipping out? Were they not dipping out? But here it's kind of we know information, but we don't know all the information. So we feel there's still stuff to dig into. And this stuff here, it's when did it start? Did it really start? When did the emotional affair start? How could they do this? And there's still so many questions. And we're looking under every single rock. It's so fun.
Yeah. Well, we had Tom Sports on yesterday, and he had just hung out with Carl and Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
And we asked him if you're not defending the way Kyle has spoken to Amanda. Got to make that
Yeah.
clear. But and then this was before we watched the dinner scene. Is there a world, Tom, where Kyle has been defending Amanda in ways that we haven't really even tried to look or appreciate? And Tom was clear to say, yeah, I think so. And
That Kyle has been defending.
but protecting, taking the heat,
Yeah.
again, this is not in any way justifying the fuck you, but watching last night's dinner scene, you saw a man who, first of all, didn't seem that drunk.
Yeah.
Because other
We've
times
seen him
Kyle's fucked up and it's
Yeah.
just okay, again, not excusing it, but okay, he's fucked up. This seemed like a man who was just pushed to his limits and just got finally fucking fed up with the way he has been hired to almost to swallow some things that he would otherwise just take,
Right.
and he's tired of it. And I can't help but wonder if just watching Wes behind and the gang up, where it just felt like,
Yeah, but to be fair, Kyle does this every season as well.
That's true.
Every season, it's guys, come on, I'm doing so much right now, and he loses his mind,
Mhm.
whether he's drunk or not.
this felt a little different
but
though.
well, I will say, yeah, I think it was really shitty that he said "fuck you" to Amanda. I thought it was really, really shitty. And I think that Lindsay was hammering him on things that weren't necessarily wrong. He should be having these conversations with Amanda. That being said, Amanda seemed to know about this whole Vegas thing anyway, so there were conversations. But
Yeah.
I do think that it is frustrating because it is your relationship is hanging on by a thread, and now you're having to have this whole conversation in front of everyone at this dinner.
I mean, that very much gave to me two professionals giving us a last dinner scene.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lindsay was clocked in. And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
obvious from the start when she,
Mm-hmm.
gave Carl his shit and they were like, oh, she's on one tonight.
She was
2
great.
years of
Like they were
freedom.
like, here she is. I mean, I think that was the two of them serving us up a scene. I think the fuck you to Amanda is so just natural for him
Mhm.
that it just slips out. But
Which
I mean, I think we had the scene a few episodes back where he like comes into the apartment and he's like, so I think I'm going to get this manager. That seemed like the first time she had heard about it. And he had
Right.
already clearly had like some meetings and some phone
Yeah.
calls and he had been talking. And she was like, oh, so you're planning on doing this. Like,
Mhm.
this is going to be your career.
Yeah, and I think it's like very clear. This was not a good marriage.
No.
This was not a good relationship. It was never built really on. I don't know what it was built on. It just seemed like proximity at a certain point, and they just were like had like
According to
inertia.
Amanda, a couple episodes, nothing. It was built on nothing.
Yeah, I mean
but
when she
Yeah.
said that was crazy. When she was like, "Where was the part about you guys falling in love?" It's like there wasn't really.
There
They just
wasn't.
they were like hooking up, and then I think they just sort of got into like this rut of like we just
Kinda,
hook up,
yeah.
and then I guess we're in a relationship.
I empathized with Kyle when. How do you go to couples therapy and then have Amanda download that to Sierra, and then Sierra? I don't know if
So
I
I'd be
wouldn't
like,
want.
you guys should separate.
Huh? Like if I would have received that poorly if I was struggling with my
If we
wife.
just started.
We
It's
started
like,
couple-
we just started this step. It was
Yeah.
so hard for us to get to this step.
And our mutual friend, who at the time is more friends with my wife, comes and suggest, like, "Hey, by the way, your
Yeah.
wife kind of wants to move out."
Yeah.
How do you
Now,
feel
Sierra's
about that?
not wrong, by the way. I mean, I
Yeah.
think Sierra's right. They do
I'm-
need to separate, clearly. But I can understand how, like, if you've just finally gotten into therapy, you're like, wait, let's let this process work first
Mhm.
before we do that. Like, I could understand how that would be upsetting to Kyle. But like, the thing is this relationship has expired. It had expired a long time ago, and I think that truthfully, Amanda was never able to get past, nor was she under any obligation to get past the cheating
Yeah.
that happened several seasons ago.
Mhm.
And it's clear that she's never felt like he hasn't stopped cheating
Yeah.
on her. You know, like she's like, there's rumors constantly about you. And like, I don't know.
Yeah,
if
she's
they're
checked
true or
out.
not.
She's
You're
checked
falling
out.
asleep at some stranger's house till 6 a.m.
Oh, that
Remember
was
that?
oh yeah, because that happened after our show. So we had
Oh.
It was one of my prides and joys. We do a show every year. We call it the Crappies, and it's like our award show, and we give out awards for Bravo, etc. And we do it. We alternate between LA and New York. So last year we did it in New York, and Kyle came, and he was drunk, and then he was like, he came to our after party, and he just was drunk, and we're like, okay, bye everyone, and he stayed there, and then next thing you know, he wound up like passed out on someone's sofa because of our show, but apparently it actually really was like a purely like nothing happened. Apparently there was like a bunch of people there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
yeah,
It just would
but it
just
just
be
has like a bad
tough.
look. You
Yeah.
don't
I
want to ever
think-
hear that.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like I don't even know if Kyle absolutely was consistently cheating on Amanda, but I think for Amanda it was more just like I don't like how like she
I don't
didn't feel
trust your
safe.
behavior
I don't
when
trust
you're
you.
drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
which
hasn't been
is more
enough of like that time of like stability to be
Mhm.
like, okay, I think everything is good. But
Yeah.
like, yes, I have to say I am deeply honored that I feel like
That's
in some
awesome.
indirect way affected the Summer House timeline.
Yeah, how do you
And
feel to
absolutely.
That
be
is
the
pretty cool.
reason for
And you deserve
all
a
of this
Krabby.
happening?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I just basically like earned my own show on Bravo.
100%. Agreed. 100%.
100%.
West was just on his podcast talking about the leaks from the reunion.
He was just like, I've heard a lot of people, and it's a long way to go, and like the reunion is kind of a first step in like a healing process, and reunions aren't easy, but it also like is a.
It's the usual
It
West
was just all like a
thing.
bunch of like, again, like therapy. It's like
It's somewhere between like therapy speak and like meme speak.
Mhm.
And it's just easy words
Yeah.
that sound like you're being thoughtful and introspective that really just sort of don't mean anything at all.
yeah, and it sounds like Wes's plan is really just let time pass,
Yeah.
and
Which
kind of
will
wear
help.
people down,
Yeah.
and then still be his kind of charming, kind
Yeah.
of affable self, where it's like I
That's
guess.
good. And that's what will happen. And he'll wind up going on like The Traitors or something like that. He'll go on
Mhm.
something and he will wind up out of the doghouse. Like Sandoval wound up out of the doghouse, where people say, well, what he did was really shitty, but like he was so funny on The Traitors.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, we kind of like Sandoval again. It's so
Which
he'll
I'll be
have
honest,
that.
I'm kind of okay with. The idea that we watch these shows and we love the drama,
Mhm.
I don't want to be like canceling anyone
Yeah.
for like
Well, cancel
making-
culture, I feel like doesn't
yeah.
even really exist.
but
Everyone
making
comes
bad
back.
decisions and things like that. It's just like they're gonna get the heat and they might lose some,
You know what it is? I want to welcome people back because I decided that you're welcome back, not because you manipulated me back.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
don't do your like you're like, well, it's gonna be like a healing process, and we're like, well, I'm learning and growing together. Like, no, just like be quiet, and we will tell you when you're back.
But with like with Tom and Wes, to me, it's just more like Wes is never. I mean, again, I don't take it that seriously, and if I've known Wes in person, I think he's a nice guy. But the
Everyone's
way
nice.
we
That's
talk
the
about
thing.
him on the show, it's just more like now we know who Wes is, and I
Yeah.
don't think like we know who Tom's like. We've kind of always known Tom, but now we really know Tom.
Yes.
But it's kind of like, yeah, you just maybe you're not going to introduce him to like your girlfriend, not your girlfriend, but like your sister or whatever. But like you're
Or get a
less mad at
drink
him,
with
but
him.
you clearly know who he is now,
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think Wes is going to change. Like I just
Well,
Has he accepted who he is though? That's
probably
the
not.
thing.
No.
Well, on his podcast, he did say he finally talked about the reunion and like referenced the leaks and stuff. And he said it was a dark reunion. He said you don't often get that much feedback on how your actions impact other people. There's a shock to your system from it, but the only thing I can do from this is learn and try to be better. And then he said,
But
It
if he
sounds
doesn't, for example, if he
cliche.
doesn't go on the reunion and doesn't say, after watching back this season, I realized, Sierra, like what you were communicating to me, and I just completely ignored that, and I was dismissive of your feelings, and like I need him to name it and actually hear that he understands it. But saying something like a platitude or something cliche, like clearly I've hurt people.
It's all on the heels of that conversation he just had with Sierra by the ferry dock
Yeah.
or wherever they were.
I mean,
And
just
it's like, yeah, they have like this nice,
what is that?
yeah, they have this like what seems like a really nice conversation. And had this scandal never surfaced, we would have been like, wow, breakthrough.
I would have been like #1 Weston Sierra fan.
Yeah, we all would have been like, this is great. They're finally communicating. You know, she can finally let her guard down. He can finally like acknowledge like how he hurt her. We can all move on. But so like, how do you have that conversation that seems to be like the result of a lot of personal work and thought, and then you do this, you know? That's what's like not making any sense.
West isn't an evil person, but it's
No,
just
not
like
at
you
all.
obviously know better. I think that's the thing. It's like you do seem emotionally intelligent and like you do have like a good heart, and it's just like, why are you
He's
doing
moving
this
like
then?
an 18-year-old man with the emotional intelligence of a 30-year-old man, but like conveniently like
I'm not
leading into the 18-year-old man.
I'm not sure he's emotionally intelligent, honestly.
You don't think so?
I don't
You think he knows how to fake it?
I think he has picked up like the signals of
Maybe.
being
Yeah,
that, and
that-
like he knows how to regurgitate it, but he hasn't quite caught up with what they mean. Because honestly, I was watching that clip of KJ on Watch What Happens live last night.
Right.
Did you see
Yeah, yeah,
this?
yeah.
Yes.
And he read this text message that Wes had sent him right after the reunion, and he hadn't read it yet. And he read it on the air, and like it was a nice text
Thoughtful,
actually.
yeah.
You know, it was thoughtful. But KJ was like really affected by it. And I kind of feel like West is trying to be the person that KJ is. Like KJ feels things and he's like moved by people, etc. And I think West is trying to present like that, but he actually isn't that.
Yeah.
Astute read.
In
I
Dude,
agree.
I love this podcast.
in the text he sent to KJ, he said, I wanted to thank you for your articulation and kindness yesterday. Despite being hurt, I have been off socials, and I think I lost touch with how much hurt there was. I am incredibly sorry. I'm sending you blah, blah, blah. But like,
right? I think. I mean,
But like, how do you
wait,
lose touch with how much hurt there was?
I don't think he's
It's
been
pretty
off socials.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been posting your friends on social media.
You've been on Instagram stories.
Unless you've just been like in a bar, here's a picture of my friends, post, get off.
Like, but also, like, how
even-
do you not know
but-
how much hurt that you've caused amongst your friend
Yeah,
group?
like, what
It
do
doesn't
you
matter with
mean?
social media.
Yeah.
These are your friends. You
Yes.
you should know them and know what would hurt them. Like,
yeah.
I just don't get how after the whole like Sierra and West scene at the dock, how all Sierra and the whole group saw it as this is maybe the start of them rekindling this
Mhm.
romance.
Yes.
Sierra made this very clear. I mean, it's just like so obvious, and he just pretends that
Well-
she's like one of the bros.
Well, but what's so weird is that he like is saying, "I think I'm in love with her" or something like that.
Or
Right?
telling
Didn't he
Ben
say
I have
that?
a crush on her.
I have a crush on her.
Yeah.
last
He
week.
definitely like indicates that he has romantic feelings too.
Yeah.
So it's not like a one-sided thing, but it's
Mhm.
almost like the moment that they rekindle, he starts to walk that back a little bit. And that's just why it's like so shitty that, of all the people he would get with Amanda, of all the people she would get with West, it's just like like Sierra has been so like outspoken about how these things affect her.
Mhm.
And you would just think for the sake of your friend that you're now on camera sitting in the floppy beach hat
Mhm.
talking about how you would never want to hurt her heart, got to protect her heart, and you don't want West to be in it and then slink away, and you say all these things, but then you're going to be doing something that is going to be so hurtful to her.
That's what's
Mhm.
crazy because now after like watching it back in hindsight, knowing what happened is, because at first you're watching it, it's just like, I got to protect Sierra. It's almost like you're saying she can't protect herself. And now it really just feels like a rip on Sierra. Like she's not capable
Mhm.
It's
of
actually
handling a
condescending.
man like Wes. So I'll go ahead and do it for. It's like so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
condescending.
It's like performative. Be
Yeah.
like, I am going to have her back. My friend Ray Sani, who is great. She's hilarious. She was on a show recently. I think she was on Bitch Sesh, and she basically made a really great point, which was, were Amanda and Sierra best friends, or were they just two people who were friends with Paige? I'm like, that is like that. I think that's the crux of it. I don't think they really had a friendship like
There's
that.
that. And I also I kind of reference this too. This is a job and a TV show for all these people. And I
Yeah.
think they all become friends. And I think there is a bond that, when you do something as crazy as these shows, when you do something extraordinary with a few group of people, there's only a few group of people you can bond with, and there's this an organic chemistry you feel with all those people.
Mm-hmm.
But to that point, there are also a lot of people you wouldn't be friends with or fuck with outside of that extraordinary environment that you've all agreed to put yourself in. And I think in those lanes, things can get really gray and muddy.
I also think like, why didn't Amanda just like give a good go at trying to be single for a little bit?
Literally.
Like what? Like why are
She's
you jumping
hot
to
as
another
fuck.
guy?
I honestly think that and I've said this before, I don't think they ever planned on this being a thing. Like, I think they were going to just hook up, hang out. He clearly had his own roster. Maybe she was starting to build hers, but then they were forced, quotes.
I think it's
Yeah.
I will say, and
statement.
I've referenced this, and I don't know if people agree or buy it, but talking to other women friends I know in reality TV, I think if you're like a single guy in reality TV, your DMs are open, you're pretty comfortable sliding, you're out in the bar. It's like if you're a woman on reality TV, generally like that's a pretty great lane in terms of influencing. You have these opportunities. Your audience is women. Everyone's audience is women, right? And so like you're connecting with your audience different ways. A lot of the opportunities for men are the bar appearances, the going out, because the women fans want to meet the men, right? And so, like, I think in that kind of space, there's a lot of opportunities for the reality TV men to go out and engage with women and meet them and hook up. And I think it's different for women because, one, the fans are women, and I think for the men, like, they're to go on like a dating app for the first time, I think is scary for anyone. I mean, it's also scary for like a public figure, knowing that people are going to screenshot and judge and critique, and you feel less safe. And I just, I think in that sense, that's why it kind of makes sense where it was maybe very intimidating for Amanda to kind of go out there and date as a public figure recently divorced.
I mean, maybe I just kind of also feel like, I mean, just in general, I can't stand when someone's like, I've never been single and I'm finally going to be single. And you're like, yes, we're going to go out. And then like 2 days later, it's like, I actually met this guy and he's like really cool. I'm like, okay, like that. Okay, I'll see you in 10 more years. Like I can't stand that.
But
So
it
I think I'm
happens all the
projecting.
time, though, right?
It happens all the time. So I'm like projecting that onto Amanda. I was like, you were supposed to be single. But she but even with that, I don't know, like cross pollinate with a different show or something. Like go for a Tom Schwartz or go for I don't know, whoever's around, like whoever's there's people
At
around.
least give it like a week. At least
give it a week.
give it like some time.
There's someone like wouldn't it would have been fun if she went one of the kids from like Southern
The
hospitality,
hospitality.
right? Like
Yeah.
that'd be kind of fun.
Moving on from Wes and Amanda still staying on Summer House, I just thought it was nuts when Ben was talking about his relationship.
Sabrina Bell.
Sabrina
And,
Bell.
and then Jesse's like, so are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend yet? I'm like, what? You were taking her off. I thought you guys were married. And I'm like, what is going on with dating people these
No,
days?
and
It's
then
like,
he said
He's like-
he's waiting to tell her that
she
he loves her.
before they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Is that the new? I thought you like someone and you're like, hey, do you want to date?
Well,
and then you're like your boyfriend and girlfriend.
Boyfriend and
then
girlfriend now means like I
You're
don't know
married.
how it happened.
like a
but
marriage
boyfriend and
contract.
girlfriend is like basically saying that you intend
To
marry.
That's
like,
crazy.
Maybe it's different in Australia. I don't know.
Maybe it is
Like,
different in Australia. Maybe they're still normal there. I don't know.
I have to say, I don't much care for this Ben character. I don't know. I have not.
He's fallen flat for us.
Not only is he fallen flat, I just feel like there's something there that I'm just not. That I'm not
You
liking.
don't trust him?
I didn't like the way he talked to Bailey when he confronted her about that joke. Like, was her joke like maybe in poor taste, perhaps? But like, I didn't like that joke. I'm sorry. I didn't like the way he talked to her. I didn't like the way he talked to Amanda when Amanda said something to Sabrina. I have actually not really loved the way he's talked to Sabrina, telling her to like get dressed or whatever. And like, I just feel like there's something there that like it's rubbing me the wrong way. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like it. And I think that like, the fact that he and Sabrina keep on taking all these like videos of themselves kissing,
No, that is
like
definitely
why do they have like this collection of
Yeah.
videos?
Kind of remind me
Yeah.
of like 2012 when Facebook was a thing, and then that one couple would get together and just obnoxiously just post about how in love they are, and they're more in love than you.
But
and
it
they're
is
like,
like
and then that's kind of they
It's like-
feel like that couple online.
Like, let's kiss. Wait, before we kiss,
Set
hold
up
on.
the
Let's get the
camera.
camera up.
And
Okay,
then
now
and
let's
then
kiss.
they have to tell Bravo like, if y'all want these, we have a lot of videos of us making out. Like, if you want to use them in the show.
Yeah, they showed like a montage last night.
Yeah.
A montage of them kissing with their selfies.
well, that's what I don't believe. I do not believe that relationship started after Ben was on this show.
Yeah, no, I think this was
No.
definitely
No,
something
yeah,
that
they
was,
had a relationship before.
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I think
Definitely
he probably
beforehand.
lied so he could
But
go
didn't
in
they
Summer House.
pretend he was single when the season
Well,
when
his whole thing was-
episode 1 wasn't he single?
His whole thing was that like she loved me, but then I got scared, so I broke it off. But then I have regrets. I'm like, I don't know. And then you know what I couldn't stand? I couldn't stand how like if we're just gonna take it on face value of what their relationship was, he's been broken up with her for like 3 months, and then he rekindles things, and after like 2 or 3 days, he's like, "Hey, that's my missus," and like we're all of a sudden we have to like now like be like, oh, they're like a special couple when you've been broken up for all this time, and
Right.
like. I hate,
And
I
you just made out with Bailey and the spin the bottle.
And you're
you,
being
like,
weird with
and
Amanda.
you're being weird
we
with
had a
Amanda.
like,
set
picking
Ben
her
up,
up.
set Ben up event, and like he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know how to flirt, I just don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden,
Australian Bachelor.
It's a
there was
pretty
just
good
some-
accent.
thank you, thank you,
Mhm.
it transported us all to Sydney.
It did.
But I don't know. There's just something that feels like I don't trust it. I don't trust
Do
it.
you know what's going on with everyone kind of slightly coming for Dara? They're all kind of like, oh, she's in it for fame. KJ really likes her. Like they're all kind of doing these press things and like coming for her.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Is it maybe because she came in via West? Is there like some West taint on her?
But
Didn't
she's
KJ
with
come in via West?
That's true too. That's true.
Yeah, and also aren't Dara and KJ still together?
Yeah,
As
they're
far as
still
I
Yeah,
know?
they
together.
are.
I feel
So
like
that's
they
why I'm,
seem
like,
legit.
confused.
And everyone loves KJ. What's the issue? I don't
yeah,
get
I don't
it.
know. I
She seems fine.
she seems fine. I really just like don't know enough about her.
Mhm.
You
They're
know.
all
I want to kind of give Jesse props. I'm kind of buying this kind of, hey man, I'm approaching 30. I beat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little messy last season. I watched it back. I got a little embarrassed of myself. I don't know if I want to be this guy a la West Wilson.
Uh-huh.
And I want to maybe be more intentional with my dating life. And, you know, he's giving back and I'm
Mhm.
kind of buying it.
I thought it was a nice moment that he had. I don't know. The thing is, this
Not
is
buying
we've been burned by these shows so many times.
Yeah.
How many times? I mean, how many times has Carl come on here and be like, "Guys, it's Carl 6.0," and it's just like it's like like all the guys on Bravo are always like, "I'm
This
growing
time.
up. I'm growing up, everyone." And then like I usually fall for it. So Ronnie, my podcast partner, is much more cynical than I am. He's like, "Oh, fuck them all. They're all fake." But like I actually usually am like, yeah, I think they are growing up. But for some reason, I'm like, I need more evidence. You know why? Because Wes really ruined it for him. Because I was believing that Wes was growing up, and
Yeah.
now. It's
I
like,
don't
I don't know
think
what to believe
West and
anymore.
Jesse are that close of friends outside of Summer House.
They have like a weird rivalry. They like
Mhm.
undermine each other in a
Yeah.
way that's like sort of
Ooh, yeah.
fascinating. It's a little bit of
Mhm.
that going on. Like all the stuff in the beginning of the season, we, like you said, we sort of forgot about it. But Jesse going after Sierra was kind of like a little weird, and then West sort of like launching a shadow campaign against Jesse in the
And
house.
then him going to Jesse being like, yeah, everyone thought that was super weird for you to
Yeah,
say
there's like
that.
some
Like-
weird
Yeah.
undermining.
That's such mean girl behavior. Everyone thought that.
It's also completely, it just goes to show that like West, regardless of what conversation he was having with Sierra, and it goes to your point of him not actually being emotionally mature, which is just, if that had happened with Sierra, West would not have moved with Sierra this season the way he would have if he actually had feelings for her.
Mhm.
Because it's like Jesse just kind of like basically is treating her like an option, not as a person. And you have the opportunity to be like, no, Sierra is a person and we should not be speaking about her like this when she's
Mhm.
not around. He didn't do that. He instead did his whole little shadow campaign thing,
Yeah.
which in retrospect is just like sickening.
Well, it also goes to show like where is he, like this is why it's also just stranger that he is willing to buck up for Amanda's
Yeah.
honor, whereas for Sierra's honor he does not. He just sort of sits there quietly and is like, but I like her, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, so the whole thing with Jesse is that his actions are backing up what he's saying. There was no real indication that he was doing anything fuckboyery over the summer. So that goes in his favor. But I just feel like after the West thing, I'm kind of like, let me see like another season or two, and then I'll
yeah,
I
then I'll
don't
let you
know
off
if
the
he's a
hook.
finished
I'll let you off-
product,
I'll
but
let
I
you off the
feel like
hook.
his intentions are pure.
We
Like,
didn't
I
see
think
him
that
bring
his-
anybody home from the bars, you know? We didn't
really
have
didn't.
yeah.
I
He
will
had
say
that
that
one girl.
Bravo really, I know.
Oh, the one girl, yeah.
They really will like have their they put their cast through it. They certainly will show their messy aspects of their life, but in ways like when you watch the show and you see Jesse and it says musician,
Yeah.
you're just like, you can kind of be anything you want on these shows.
You really-
know?
you know
can
what,
just
you
be like, you know
can.
what, guys, this season, you know what, I want you guys to call me astronaut.
Yeah.
Because I want to be I want to be an
Listen,
astronaut, and all you have to do is take a course. Maybe you
if
don't even have to you just have to name it, and
Yeah.
they will put it right under your name.
You know, if he wants to release some mid-tempo songs that'd be perfect for a waiting room, then far be it for me to say don't do it. You know, everyone's got to follow their dream.
It is perfect for a waiting
Follow
room.
your dreams, Jesse
Um,
Solomon.
Switching gears a little bit, are you watching Rhode Island?
Of
Real
course.
Housewives? What
Of
are your
course.
thoughts?
I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like every episode it's getting better and better because I
Agreed.
feel like you can really see the cast coming together and gelling and get like their chemistry is really improving.
Agreed.
And I love listening to their voices.
Yeah.
I love the way that like Alicia's voice just sort of trails off. She's like, "You want a cracker?"
But like her and these crackers
want a
is
cracker?
kind of crazy.
I know. I love her pushing
I
a cracker
love
agenda.
it.
I feel like crackers are just
Oh,
a
a
thing
fig
you put out.
Newton. A
Oh,
fig Newton. A fig
Oh.
Newton. You gotta have a fig Newton.
That took me back to childhood because like during school, like snack time, the fig
Oh, I had
Newtons
4 of
came
them
out.
in a Ziploc
Yeah.
bag,
Oh.
babes. Woo.
Remember like breaking them in half and then you could put them back together. And
Oh.
Yes,
God, it was
those
like
were
it's
the
a
days.
miracle.
And it's like that's what Rhode Island can do for us. Rhode Island can like transport us back into those times.
I also feel
Yeah.
like for the like Ashley, I feel like she's getting to know a lot of these women, but they name it and you watch it. Where like the new RHONY, it was almost like they immediately started pretending they
It's-
all knew each other, and so it was like, but clear that they didn't. And
Right.
now with Rhode Island, I feel like you're just, if there isn't like a prior existing relationship, you see these women know that they have to be
Yeah.
together and then figure each other out as they go, and it's fun to watch that.
Well, also like what Rhode Island has that a new RHONY doesn't have is that like I think we're curious to find out about this world. You know, we're
Mhm.
learning about things like pizza chips and, you know, how like my mother's father worked at Superior Bakery and, you know, like you're learning all
Yeah.
these interesting
Mhm.
things and backstories and you're hearing these voices and you're like, oh my God, like
This
I need
is
to know
awesome.
more about this. Are they
Yeah.
mob connected? What's happening? Whereas like New York is like, hey, let's look at some people who work in PR and influencing. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay. Like it's not like my curiosity isn't really piqued. Like if I go to New York on a Real Housewives show, I want to be taken into the world of the Upper East Side. I want to see like deluded,
Yeah.
Mhm.
wealthy women who have no idea what's going on in the world.
With
And
those
I-
really big, ugly dogs, you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
like-
Like
like the
really
Borzois.
long, yeah.
and be like how are you existing? Because I feel like half these shows are like that. Like how do you live in the same world that I do? And so to watch, like Aaron and like go to the shop and get a coffee. I don't know. It's like I'm
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
inherently.
Yeah,
No, that's a
interested.
good point. You're not getting the culture from the city in which which
think-
is part of the
Yeah, Bravo,
the
I think, was
charm.
trying to give us something fabulous. Like, look at these like chic, fashionable women, which they are, but I don't think that there was anything like inherently interesting about this group of women.
Yeah, like I
unfortunately.
don't want them to be known. I really don't even want them to have an Instagram. Like I want them to be older women on the Upper
Mhm.
East Side.
Right.
Mhm.
Totally.
Or if they're
who-
going to be the fashionable set, I want them to be like fashionable and just like fabulous.
Yeah.
Like Ladies of London. Ladies of London is the perfect example about that. Like they come on and they are fashionable and they're getting drunk and they're calling each other psychotic cows. It's
Mhm.
hilarious. They're not doing that much, but we just enjoy being in their presence. Whereas on like New RHONY, it was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But with Rhode Island though, like it's fun to go into their world and
I
hear
mean,
their
we have a
voices.
season 1 husband actively leaving set to go to his mistress's house.
Exactly.
Like
Like that
and then
was
comes
wild.
back
Yeah.
to continue filming.
it does. It feels like old Rhony, old Jersey,
Yeah.
like old, like even just with like the way Atlanta was just like so funny off the bat. It's like
Yeah.
your casting really popped off. Like give me Alicia and her dolls.
Yes.
Like I want more of that.
And it doesn't feel like it's put on for camera. Like
No.
these are women who have like decades old friendships, and that always comes through. Isn't it like amazing with these shows what the audience can always pick up on? Like when something is like forced, we always feel it. Like if it's not authentic, and you see that on Summer House. You see when the house has a good chemistry versus when it doesn't have a good chemistry. Like this isn't really working,
Mhm.
and it's like that intangible thing, but we always feel it. We always pick up on it. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, they're not actors, and I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. And I think
It's kind of like when this most recent episode of Rhode Island, when Liz, they're kind of flirting with like the butlers or whatever. And Liz is like, I'm going inside. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
flirting with these 20-year-olds. And
Yeah.
Ashley's like, I'm going to go check on Liz. And then she's like, I know you like probably don't really like me. And she's like, no, I think you're so sweet. Like, and that is clear that they don't know each other, but they're getting to know
Right.
each other. And like,
Mhm.
I like to see
Yeah.
that unfold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the way, I really like that falsetto you did for Liz because we know it really sounded like, no, it's okay. I'll make it."
No, I like you. Yeah.
they do scenes,
Yeah.
like some of the stuff isn't like in truly organic, but it always
Right.
has to be rooted in truth.
Yeah.
It can't just be something completely made up. They have to be, and that's the best reality TV. It's just like in a real world, if there's no cameras, we might let it go. We might remain calm. We might
Yeah.
take this offline, but there's still a disconnect. And there's still something we're both pissed about, but since we're
Mhm.
on TV, we'll lean the fuck in. And as long, so it's got to
Yeah.
be rooted in truth as opposed to like just pretending you care about something you honestly don't.
Yeah, and I think that's like with New RHONY, like there's something that's missing.
Yeah.
Like there was some cast chemistry that was a little bit better in the second season, but like there just was like something was not working there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was because it seemed like now they've been working together for years, they should know each other a little bit more, but it did not come together. And
Mhm.
like I really hope they get it right this time.
Well,
I
it's
really
like,
do.
Jenna Lyons was absolutely fabulous and awesome to see on Bravo, but it
Mhm.
was like, okay, I want Jenna Lyons to host Project Runway, not necessarily be.
Or she had her own
Housewives.
show on HBO that was great.
Yeah,
And
that was great.
just
I
all
was-
focused on her weirdness.
Yeah, and I was like, you're not the kind of person that's gonna like really care if someone didn't have past apps at a party.
Right.
Like you're gonna pretend, but then you also don't like.
But also sometimes like maybe you have a good perspective on this having been in reality TV, that I always believe that when people start self-producing, it like is a stink that infects the whole show, because it's like when one person does it, then I think it would make someone say, well, why should I put everything out there if they're holding stuff back? So I'm gonna do a little bit. And I feel like you can sense it and you can feel it. And I look at Real Housewives of Dubai and I look at season 1, which I thought was so boring, and then season 2, which I actually thought was really good. And I felt like in season 2, they got the memo like, oh, we have to actually like throw ourselves into this show more.
Yeah, no, that does happen, and you feel it on the other end. Like sometimes, like it's like you were reading Reddit, like you,
Yeah, you can just tell.
and so it's like it feels really weird and icky when you're a part of that, and you almost like you'll disconnect if you think someone's performing,
right.
and that definitely happens, and it ruins the vibe.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're sitting through endless scenes of like, hey guys, let's play a game at dinner. And like, oh my God, two truths and a lie again, and it's like, ugh.
Well, because then, you just also, I think as a reality TV star, it kind of makes you feel a little unsafe because again, if it's rooted in truth, you at least can come in with like a perspective of the situation. If it's rooted in, I'm doing what I think my fans want me to do, or I'm responding to my critics and I'm going to move differently and I'm going to, or I'm going to call you up because I think the fans don't like, whatever it is, you're like, this is a rogue person.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't want to fuck with them because it's, I'm not talking to them. We've let the internet inside this house. This scene, this show, and that's a gross feeling.
Yeah, it's all about like authenticity, and I think viewers always pick up on authenticity.
Yeah,
that's why we're so mad at this scandal too. Like, because West is hitting all these notes of being an authentic person, and then we're like, oh, you are not authentic at all. You've actually been lying to us.
You're performing authenticity.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Ben, so much fun, man.
Thank you so much for having me on here. This is great.
Yeah, so much fun. Please come back with RHONY.
Absolutely.
Anytime. Love talking this stuff.
Likewise. Thanks for having me on.
Tell them about your show. All the fun stuff
go check us out. Our show's called Watch What Crappens. We're on every single day. We cover every single Bravo show and even other non-Bravo shows. Like we will randomly do like House of the Dragon. And so, we go all over the place. And we're doing a cabaret in New York City in June because that's what you do in the world of Bravo. So come join us there our tickets are at watchwhatcrappens.com.
All right, well, check it out. Thank you for coming. Up next, we have Liz Mcgraw from Real Housewives of Rhode Island talking about all things Housewives of Rhode Island, including everything going on with Rula, Joe Ellen, the entire cast. It's a great conversation with Liz, and it is up next.
Chime is changing the way people bank. They offer the most rewarding fee-free banking. This is fee-free banking built for you. They're not like traditional old banks that charge you overdraft and monthly fees. They have thousands of fee-free ATMs because why pay to get your own money? I've never understood it. It's built for you, not the 1%. Chime members can benefit from up to $1,150 in annual rewards, fee-free. Direct deposits unlock the most rewarding way to bank at Chime. Chime is rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service. Real humans 24/7. You're not just switching banks, you're upgrading to America's #1 choice for banking with a Chime checking account.
Get 5% cash back on Chime card in category of choice like gas or groceries. You get savings that grow faster with 3.75 APY. That's 9 times higher than the national average. Plus, you get premium travel perks like airport lounge access, 24/7 travel concierge included with your Chime card. You can even get up to $500 of your pay when you save with MyPay. They also have Spot Me, which lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free. Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/VIALL. That is chime.com/VIALL. It only takes a few minutes to sign up, so what are you waiting for? Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for MyPay and Chime card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentages yield and cash back for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. Checking account ranking based on JD Power Survey published October 20th, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, Spot Me, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and the secured Chime Visa credit card are provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/feesinfo. Terms apply. Limited time only. Must open the new account and complete qualifying activities to earn rewards. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1% APY applies. No minimum balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Well, if you're like me, mornings do not have to take forever. That's why the Minimalist from Merit lets you get a polished, natural look in just 5 minutes. It's not a foundation or concealer, but it'll replace both in your makeup bag. It makes getting a polished, natural look effortless so you can spend your time on something else. In the mornings, I definitely do not have time to sit and do like a full glam beat. I just don't, I'm trying like Rivers digging in my makeup drawer. I got like coffee's being spilled. Nick's blabbing. Where's the keys? Where's my wallet? And it's just too much is going on. The dog threw up, it's just too much. So thankfully for Merit, I can get ready in less than 5 minutes. I can do it in the car. I can do it so fast, and it gives me the full glam look without spending all the glam time. Merit's bestsellers are proof that less really is more. The Flush Balm gives you that natural, healthy glow without overdoing it. One was sold every 30 seconds in 2024. That's just how good it is. Then there's the Minimalist, which works double duty as both a foundation and concealer, so you can get quick coverage without layering on a bunch of products. The best part is all of Merit's products are clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and made with nourishing skincare ingredients that leave your skin looking better long after taking your makeup off. Right now, Merit Beauty is offering our listeners their signature makeup bag with your first order at meritbeauty.com. It's a really cute brown suede. It ties at the top. Very chic, very cute. That's MERIT beauty.com to get your free signature makeup bag with your first order, meritbeauty.com.
Wayfair believes a home is personal. It is where life happens, style comes to life, and memories are made. They are purpose-built for home, offering every style, every space, for every budget. Only Wayfair has all things home, from functional to just for fun, for every style and budget in one seamless experience. They simplify the process of expressing personal style. They truly have everything you could possibly imagine for your home, both indoor, outdoor spaces, big and small items. You can literally get trampolines and pizza ovens. You can get amazing dining tables. You can get office furniture, couches. It really is the one-stop shop for everything in your home. We've even upgraded our office space through the help of Wayfair, and it's been an incredible experience. So it really doesn't matter what you are looking for. If this spring, you are looking at a room in your house and thinking, maybe this room just needs a little bit of an upgrade, a little bit of a refresh. Well, you can do that with the good people at Wayfair. They make that experience so fun and enjoyable. It's also, depending on if for some reason you don't like your product, their customer service is top-notch, and they make that experience wonderful and enjoyable and remove all the hassles, and so that you can truly enjoy the upgrading experience that you have with whatever room that you're looking to upgrade today. So if you are looking for that amazing refresh this spring in your home, look to Wayfair. Find furniture, decor, and essentials that fit your unique style and budget. Head to wayfair.com right now and shop all things home. That's wayfair.com to shop all things home. Liz, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you. We are just such big fans of you and really, honestly, the entire cast. It's really just, obviously, people know Ashley's one of my best friends, her and Jared. And so I was always going to watch, but like with any new season, you never really know how fans are going to receive it. And it's been so fun to just be like, you guys just really came out of gates strong. And it's really just exciting to see. And I just got to say, like, the entire cast is awesome. Like, it really just, I think it's really hard on these shows to get invested in all these characters as quickly as we have with all of you ladies, and there's, many of fans of this show are fans of other franchises, and it just takes a while. So first of all, we just love you, but why do you feel like this cast of women has been so kind of like well received, and why do you feel like it's working so well this early?
I think partly because it's such a unique place. It's not a place that's ever been really kind of discovered on that type of forum before. And I think that being first season cast, I think, everyone was really concerned about digging in, and we gave it.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
It feels like you're kind of seen as more like almost like the matriarch of the group, like
the dinosaur. That's me. The
No,
dinosaur.
not at all.
No.
Wisdom.
No, but I do feel that way. I mean, there's such disparity in age, and sometimes, I'm up there on an island, so I wasn't really sure coming into it how that was going to look or be portrayed. I still don't. I'm still a little nervous about that.
Well, I do think you definitely belong, and we love that you're here. You bring such a different vibe, I feel like, to the cast that is very much needed. Watched the latest piece of evidence roll in against Brian, which was giving very much like, why do you feel like the mistress is so like down with
hell bent on
Yeah.
it. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. And like, it's so uncomfortable because, there's so much white knuckling and Joellen is so intent on not, on making sure she's right in all of it. It's it's uncomfortable and it's like you can't deny it after seeing this stuff, So it's like
Yeah. And it's always interesting because it seems like, at first it was, Joe Ellen kind of seemed to be aware of this. And then obviously it was more like, this is, kind of like stay out of it. It's none of your business, Joe Ellen. But if you can prove it, go ahead and do it. And do you feel like there's a world in which maybe Joe Ellen got a little too nosy? And are you guys grappling with like the kosherness of it all?
Here's the thing. Rhode Island is a ridiculously small state. So this is something that we've had heard about a really long time before even filming, so it was something we all kind of, it was going on for a while. Joellen, yeah, she was motivated to kind of get her heels in there and dig into it. So that's why when you see us like, oh, Joellen's messy. However, what she was saying wasn't untrue, So, I mean, me being the female recipient of that information, I would be like, oh my God, thank you guys. Help me. You know what I mean? Let's figure this out. Or I would be, if I were too proud to put it on display on TV, I would probably not ask for evidence. I would be like, this is my business. How I deal with it is how I will deal with it. If I want to include you, I will. But in the meantime, it's none of your business. So it was just uncomfortable, Arula stiff arming with the pride and Joellen digging. It was, it made for a great seesaw.
Yeah. Do you feel like Rula was, you mentioned it's a small state. Rumors are flying. Do you feel like there's a world in which she's heard this rumor as well, and maybe she was just in denial about it?
Yeah. So like I said, it had been going on for some time. And she did. And like I called her, when Joellen was really kind of into it. And when Joellen like found that wild thing, she found some photos online from the mistress. And this was like probably in December, so 6 or 7 months before we filmed. So it had been going on for a while. There's no way Rula didn't know. To what extent, I'm not sure. I wanted her to know. I didn't want her to walk into all of this looking like the fool, because that would be my biggest fear. Everyone knows something and I don't. But again, I would know before any of these girls. I would know.
Yeah.
I, as just a fan, I'm always shocked whenever you see it, but especially in our first season, it's more like, what made Brian not think that this would come out, being a part of this franchise, knowing that this franchise is all about rumors, receipts, and timelines and all those things? And like, was it just kind of a hubris on his part and just too much or is it ignorance, not really realizing what this show's about? It just kind of blows my mind that he was doing this and was like, yeah, no, I'll be a housewife husband.
And doing it while filming.
Right. And we discussed this. My husband and I discuss this all the time. Like, what was he thinking? What was he possibly thinking? I mean, does he not know what the shows are about or how they're going to spin it? Or does he not care? That it's honestly, guys, it's even to me, and I'm in it, it's a mystery. I really don't know. I don't know. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And when you see me like kind of chasing him, like, come on, let's go for a walk. And then the clown music started playing.
Yeah.
It took me all the way out. It just took me out. Like, it is so uncomfortable. Even for him, it's like, oh, you're such a schmuck, but I'm still like uncomfortable for you. You know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. It's wild. It was just.
I know. I imagine we can't give too much away. I'm sure a lot will be revealed as the season goes out. But I guess, do you think Rula will, when all the dust settles, do you predict that she will be better for it from like her perspective? And do you see a light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, they say that all the hardships we go through, we only grow from, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, Rula is a super hard read.
Yeah.
And she's so unlike myself that it's kind of a conundrum for me every time. I never really fully get where they're coming from. Either one of them. I don't know. I mean, she's, for all intents and purposes, she seems really happy. What did she say? She had some quote that he like atoned for his sins or something. I don't know. Like, it's wild. I don't know what's going to happen today.
Shifting gears a little bit from Rula, the boat culture of Rhode Island is very, very fascinating to me. I'm from Florida, so boat culture is very like go get drunk at a sandbar, and I'm wondering what like the Rhode Island version, like what's the perfect boat day for you?
Oh, we
in
do
Rhode
that
Island?
too.
Perfect.
So yeah, my husband being a fisherman would take, those long sport fishing trips. But a boat day for us would be just like, filling the boat up, getting the captain and just going off.
Mm-hmm.
Block Island, Newport, Nantucket, and just going off, and usually for a few days at a time, if not weeks.
Oh, a few days. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll get dockage and we'll just go and we'll meet friends. People come and stay on the boat. We'll have nice dinners.
It sounds wonderful.
What advice did Dolores give you before you started filming?
Get this question a lot. Dolores never really dug into like the nitty gritty of how the process works for me. She didn't give me a lot of pitfalls and watch out for this and this might happen and do this. I think that coming into it, she mostly just said, "You're fine. Just be yourself." I had a lot of questions, but her main, thing to me was just be yourself. Always be yourself.
Well, looking back, do you feel like that was good advice? Because, I honestly appreciate her almost not telling you too much, because I think sometimes you almost have to kind of enter into this kind of world kind of more open-minded and to kind of be, kind of don't do this and don't do that. You don't want to self-edit, you don't want to produce yourself and things like that. And I wonder if maybe Dolores was mindful of that she trusted you, that you got casted for a reason and you're this kind of dynamic, fascinating person. And the last thing she would have wanted was for you to like come in with a bunch of do's and don'ts and kind of scare yourself before you even got started.
Right. I mean, listen, I was frightened out of my mind to begin with. You know what I mean? I kind of wish she had told me more to like, calm down a little, lean back. Every time I see myself played back, and I don't know if it's like they pick out the bits and pieces, but I'm always yelling. Everything I'm doing, I'm yelling. I'm yelling in my confessionals. I'm yelling on scenes, Far and few in between am I just calm. Like,
We appreciate
but
that. Why do you think Rosie and Kelsey are always at each other's throats?
that's a good question. I think that their personalities are just so vastly different.
Okay.
Kelsey is super reserved, but then when pushed, she can be outgoing. And I think that Rosie's super outgoing and when pushed can be super reserved. And I think that they just kind of butt heads because they meet at different times. They meet on the opposite time all the time. And they're both, young and starting out and, there's that whole component. But
Yeah, because it almost kind of feels competitive in a way. And maybe it's because they kind of have a very similar look and they seem to be relatively in the same stage of life. And it almost feels like they're in a weird way competing with each other in ways that like they're not competing with, say, like Ashley. But it is fascinating to hear your
Right,
perspective
I
on
see
ways they're
that.
different. Yeah.
I can see where it would appear that way. But truly, I truly believe, and I've seen it time and time again, and whether we see this or not on the show, I think it's more of a personality thing.
Hmm.
They really, truly butt heads. Like they really are the antithesis of each other in so many ways. And I think that they don't understand the other's language. And they dig into shit that we don't necessarily dig into at this age. You know what I mean? Stuff that no one really cares about. So I think that that's why it comes across that way. But stay tuned. We'll see.
Who do you connect with more, Rosie or Kelsey?
I haven't had great opportunity to really connect with Rosie. When I have, she's not been super interested. And I don't know if that's because I'm close with Kelsey. But I would definitely have to say Kelsey. I mean, we're on the phone around the clock. And it's
Okay.
funny because she's the youngest cast member, but she does really well at relating, or seemingly trying to. Anyway, we get along well.
When did you become aware of her kind of untraditional relationship dynamic that she has? And was that something you were as equally fascinated by as most fans are? Or were you just kind of like, yeah, whatever, do you?
Again, being in Rhode Island in such a small state, we all, I mean, years ago, you know what I mean? We all kind of, it's very incestuous here. We know so much about who's who and what they're doing. So coming into the show, it's kind of like old hat for me. I know the ex-boyfriend so well. I know the new boyfriend so well. It wasn't shocking to me as I would have imagined it would be, to the audience. But I see why. I can see why. It's not a dynamic that I would be interested in, but it's unique and interesting. And she was young and having fun or whatever. So.
Why did you give Ashley the worst mask?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that, because as soon as you said we're close with Ashley, I wanted to say that was not on purpose.
Okay.
So when I received those masks, it was very last minute, and it was very slim pickings. So I will tell you, there were 2 masks that were left out. Rula wasn't there. And that just happened to be the best option that I could try to make sense of where we were going with her. The other one had some super long beak, like, the old medicine man. It was like out to here.
Oh, God.
And the other one was
Plague.
like very Two-Face, and I couldn't do that. So, I mean, to deduce it wasn't on purpose, and I felt really bad, but that didn't come across. I felt so bad because she is the sweetest girl.
Yeah.
And she's real, and she's sweet. She feels, she's caring, she's a good person. I didn't want to put her in. I wanted hers to come off immediately. I wanted her to go first so she could take it off. I did feel so bad.
I was really moved last episode by Joe Ellen's story about her mom, and also I kind of regretted, because on the first episode I was a little critical, because like I'm a new parent, relatively, got a young daughter, and so like I'm very like pro parent, I guess, or like have empathy for parents and the challenges of raising a kid and blah 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 blah. And the season starts with Joe Ellen being like, my mom is not a great mom, and I was like, yo, like that's harsh. But we see this episode, and oh my God, it was honestly hard to watch, and it was really, like it was just a difficult conversation to receive. When did you learn about her relationship with her mom and her childhood? And I guess, like, how do you think that affects Joe Ellen today as an adult? And did that kind of help you give perspective about kind of who she is and how she moves as an adult?
That's like an amazing question. It's weird. I don't know if I intuitively thought of this before I jumped on here, but, throughout the past couple of years, she has mentioned her mom and, how tough she is, and, in bits and pieces. Never these really specific stories that we're now hearing, these really traumatic, deep stories. And even I watching it now, I'm like, wow, like that was difficult. That was harsh. That explains a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like, sometimes hurt people, and the two aren't mutually exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily negate it. I think for Joellen, and I've said this to her when she first shared all this with me. It was actually in a castle, and you don't see it. I said, I think it's heavy, and it's heavy on the heart. And me always trying to find the silver lining, I'm like, I think, they say the only way out is through, right? So I think it's important for you to now move away from that, not use it as a catalyst to promote more heavy stuff in the world. It's go out to some of these places and find that little girl that you were and help them. And that's
Yeah.
your way through it. So, I say that, but it's she has a grand opportunity to stop the cycle now
Yeah.
as a parent. And that's powerful. If, she's able to do that and she decides to do that, that's very, very, very powerful. And even today, I'm still learning, how difficult it was for her, which does make me understand her a lot more, feel a lot more compassion.
So insightful what you said too, because I think, I think for all of us, like we all have very different degrees of childhood trauma and things like that. But I think sometimes, whether people try to or not, it's like, I think sometimes we can, our trauma can be our identity in a way. And especially once we open up about that trauma and we receive that support and sympathy, that sometimes can be difficult to kind of let go of. And to your point, it doesn't really allow us to get through it, and almost kind of keeps us stuck in it. So it's
Stagnant.
yeah,
So it's, how we take it. If you look at life like a school, the worst things you go through, it gives you the greater opportunity to elevate. It's all about what you do with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes the negatives, there's opportunity in that, like the whole thing about, feeling displaced. I was thinking about that last night. Like I have had times in my childhood where I felt ridiculously displaced, but I'm not one that just, I don't bear it all. You know what I mean? I try not to define myself through it. Certainly never try to compare through it, but like I can relate to that and understand that as well.
yeah. Overall, how would you rate your experience being a housewife versus what your expectation was going in? And do you think there's a long-term future in this for you?
I am such I've always been, since its inception, an avid housewife fan. Like I have barely missed an episode of any franchise of any year.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, this was always my guilty pleasure. And so, when I kind of got an inkling that this was what this was, I was like, ooh, oh, but no, I can't. I mean, carrying all kinds of shit into it with it. The expectations is, yeah, it's radically different. It's radically different. Actually being on it, and it's still so surreal to me, and the opportunity is wild, and I am so grateful. I think it might be a little different for me because I didn't necessarily feel like I always fit in. I would have loved to have my cohort. I would have loved to have Dolores there more, or someone I could kind of bounce off of, or someone who maybe related to me a little more, on an age level. So that I'm not sure. That was kind of difficult because if you look at all the other franchises, everyone's has a cheerleader. Even the ones that are not well received have a cheerleader. You know what I mean? Or they have someone who can relate to them remotely close to their age. I didn't have that. I mean, so I don't know. I'm still like, I have to see how it plays out because I think I'm probably in for a bumpy ride. But I don't know. I'd have to carve like a new niche for myself where I felt a little maybe more comfortable.
What was your reaction when you found out you were Center Shell?
I don't know. There was like speculation. There were times when I was like, no way. I might not even be in it at this point. I might be cut out of it altogether. I'll probably be on the end. And they put that, and then there are a lot floating around that actually have Alicia in it. So I'm like, it was wild, it was surreal, but it did kind of make me feel happy because I felt like, oh, maybe they threw me a bone.
No.
No, you're
You
being
are-
humble, Liz. You're
yeah,
really
you are
you're an
center-
awesome housewife. and
Center pearl
yeah,
in our hearts and in reality.
yeah.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
Before we let you go, Liz, and I just want to thank you for your time, and we've enjoyed this conversation so much. What is your favorite housewife franchise outside of Rhode Island, of course?
I mean, different years, I've had different opinions. I mean, I really loved OG New York.
Mhm.
I'm loving Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I enjoy Beverly Hills. I really like them all, but those are probably my top. I loved Jersey. What was more entertaining than that? You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
they're all so different, and you know, I'm really proud to be a part of this franchise because I love my hometown so much.
Well, we're excited that you're a part of it as well, Liz, and really appreciate you taking the time. Hope that we can talk to you again, have you hit in person sometime. But thank you again for your time. Congratulations
Thank you.
on
Thank
an
you for
amazing
having me.
new show and being a big part of it. And it's been a lot of fun watching you, and we're very excited to kind of see how things unfold. Actually, one more quick question. What is the thing that can you tease a little bit the thing that you're maybe most nervous about without spoiling anything so that we can kind of look forward to the rest of the season?
Oh, I can just say that I'm in for a bumpy ride.
Okay. All right.
That's what makes me the most nervous because that's the one thing that I dreaded the most, you know, like drama, being this age, how indignant, but I'm in for a bit of a bumpy ride, you know, and I just hope people can figure out that I'm actually not a monster.
You know, the only way through it is through it, Liz, you know, and we'll get through it together. Just know you have fans in us, and we're big fans of you, and I'm sure it is not as bad as you worry. I'm sure it'll be fine. Either way.
I think it's pretty bad.
Well, we'll circle back.
We'll circle back. Yeah, well, here are our thoughts on the show.
I would love that, actually. I would love the opportunity for that because you guys have amazing questions. You're really smart.
Well, I
Love
appreciate
it.
you, Liz. Say hi to Ashley if you see her. Thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
That'll do it for today's episode. Thank you to our guests, Liz Mcgraw and Ben Mandelker from Watch What Crappens. We appreciate you guys listening. Tell all your friends. Go check out this week's episodes if you haven't listened to them all. We had Tom Schwartz yesterday. Really shared some tea on the whole summer house of it all. Talked about the Valley. It's just great to catch up with him. He's also in love.
He's in love.
He really seems super in love.
Emily D.
does.
Baker breaks down all the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni settlement
Lots to get
stuff.
into,
Lots
and
of
we-
fun
we
stuff.
We also had Jay
Traeger.
Ellis, very talented, very sexy, very wonderful actor, and
super cute.
super, just great to talk to. Just
So
fun
nice.
dad life. So anyway, a lot of great stuff for you to check out. Also, check out the Ask Nick episodes if you haven't already. We had Mark Wahlberg on last week's episode, so be sure to do that as well. We'll see you back next week. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.